ever really stop and think about what's going on inside your mouth beyond just, chewing food. It turns out there's this whole world in there, like a community of microbes. And getting the balance right seems surprisingly important.
It really is. And it impacts more than just your teeth and gums, potentially your whole body's well-being. It's definitely a newer way to think about dental health.
Totally. For so long, it felt like it was all about just, killing bacteria, right? Brush, floss, rinse with something strong.
Exactly. Wipe everything out.
Yeah.
But now we're understanding this thing called the oral microbiome, this complex ecosystem.
An ecosystem in your mouth.
Yeah. And having the right balance, the good bacteria, that seems absolutely key for keeping things healthy in there. And maybe wider health too.
Okay, so let's dive into this because I know you, our listener, you're curious about this product, Prodentim. It's popping up. So the big questions are, what is it actually? We look at some sources, a couple of YouTube videos, a pretty detailed text presentation. What do they say?
Right.
And how can this info maybe help you think about your own oral health routine? That's our mission today, really. To get the key facts without drowning in jargon.
Absolutely. You want to pull out what's important from these different takes, the videos, the text, and lay it out clearly so you can make sense of it.
All right. So, Prodentim. What's the main concept, the core idea we need to sort of wrap our heads around?
Okay, so the fundamental thing, and it's quite a shift, is this idea that having lots of good bacteria in your mouth is really, really important for keeping your teeth and gums healthy.
Good bacteria.
Yeah. The text presentation we looked at actually mentioned a new scientific discovery, they called it, from back in May 2022. It suggested people with naturally healthy teeth just happen to have a higher population of these beneficial microbes.
Huh. That flips the script, doesn't it? Instead of just nuking everything, we should be thinking about building up the good guys.
Yeah, exactly. Think of it like, a garden. You want the good plants to thrive, not just pull weeds constantly. And here's where it gets really interesting. The text presentation argues that maybe some common dental products, the stuff we use every day, might actually be messing up this balance.
We use to help.
That's the suggestion. They talk about toxic ingredients, that's their term, that could potentially destroy the microbiome in the mouth, knocking out the good with the bad.
Wow. Okay, that's counterintuitive. You think you're doing good, but maybe
disrupting the natural ecosystem. They even use this analogy. Think about peat found as fossils. They last for ages, right? Outside the mouth.
Yeah, thousands of years sometimes.
But inside our mouths, something like, chocolate or whatever can cause problems pretty quickly. The implication is the environment inside the mouth, the bacterial balance, is crucial.
That really does reframe things. Okay, so if the aim is boosting the good bacteria, how does Prodentim claim to do that? What is it?
So Prodentim, according to the sources, is described as this unique blend of 3.5 billion probiotic strains and nutrients. That number, 3.5 billion, popped up in the YouTube videos too.
0.5 billion.
And the whole point, the text says, is to basically repopulate your mouth with good bacteria.
Ah, okay. So like probiotics for your gut, but specifically designed for your mouth.
That's a great way to think about it, yeah. And it comes as a chewable tablet, sort of like a candy or a gum, maybe.
Chewable?
Yeah. The idea is as you chew it, it slowly releases these good bacteria right there in your mouth.
Okay. Direct delivery. Makes sense. So what's in it? What are these specific bacteria and nutrients in this 3.5 billion blend?
Right. So the text presentation broke it down. It mentioned 3 specific probiotic strains. First, Lactobacillus Paracasei.
Okay.
Said to support gum health and also help keep sinuses clear, apparently.
Interesting. Okay, what else?
Then there's B.lactis BL-04. This one's supposed to help balance the mouth bacteria, support the respiratory tract too, and maintain a healthy immune system.
So kind of broader effects there.
Seems like it. And the third one was Lactobacillus Reuteri. This one was highlighted for helping with inflammation and generally supporting a healthy mouth environment.
Okay, so 3 specific probiotics. Anything else? You mentioned nutrients too.
Yeah, there's also what they call a proprietary blend of 4 plants and minerals. First is Inulin. That's basically food for the good bacteria. A prebiotic. Helps them grow.
Okay, feed the good guys. Got it.
Then malic acid. They say it comes from strawberries and helps maintain tooth whiteness.
Oh, okay. Whiteness.
Tricalcium phosphate is in there too, which is supposed to support general tooth health, strength.
Makes sense.
And finally, peppermint, which makes sense for oral care. It's known as a natural anti-inflammatory and obviously helps with breath.
Right, freshness. So it sounds like each ingredient has a sort of targeted purpose, either bringing in good bacteria or supporting them, or general oral health stuff.
That seems to be the idea presented, yeah. It's not just random.
So based on all this, what are the claimed benefits? What might someone notice if they use Prodentim, according to these sources?
Okay, so the sources listed quite a few potential upsides. Things like helping clear out bad bacteria and germs, gradually reducing tartar, that hard yellowish stuff near the gums.
Yeah, nobody likes tartar.
Right, and contributing to whiter teeth. Fresher breath was mentioned a lot, obviously.
Oh.
And for people with sensitive gums or bleeding, swollen gums, the claim is it addresses the root cause, that bacterial imbalance.
Okay, getting to the cause, not just the symptom.
That's the angle.
Yeah.
And maybe even improving tolerance to hot and cold drinks or food. One of the YouTube videos also mentioned possible benefits for the digestive system, which is interesting.
A gut connection, too. And it's worth pointing out, I think one YouTube video in the text said it's described as natural, organic, non-GMO, non-habit forming. That probably appeals to a lot of people.
Oh, definitely. People are looking for that more natural approach these days, for sure.
Okay, so say someone is interested. How do you actually use it? And how long before you might see something happening? What's the time frame?
Recommended use seems consistent across the sources. Chew 1 tablet a day.
Simple enough.
Yeah. Though, that one YouTube video did add that detail about chewing it for maybe 2 hours.
2 hours? Really? That's a long chew.
Yeah, I thought so too. Maybe the idea is a really slow, gradual release of the probiotics.
Could be. Okay, and results. When might you notice something?
One YouTube source suggested maybe some initial changes in the first month. But for better, more noticeable results, probably looking at more like 3 months of consistent use.
Okay. But it's not a magic bullet, right? Results probably vary.
Absolutely. That was stressed everywhere. YouTube, the FAQ in the text. Everyone's body is different. Everyone's mouth microbiome is unique. So what works well for one person might work differently, or maybe not as well for someone else. Individual results will vary.
That's super important to remember. Always. Okay, any other key things people should know if they're thinking about trying this? Any warnings or advice from the sources?
Yes, definitely a few points. Both YouTube videos were really clear. Only buy from the official Prodentim website.
Avoid knockoffs or scams.
Exactly. Ensure you get the real product, safe transaction, all that. Also, every source mentioned the 60-day money-back guarantee.
Oh, that's good to know. Take some risk out of trying it.
For sure. It gives you a safety net. The text also included some testimonials. Quotes from people named Sam Perkin, Portia Thompson, Theo Franklin.
Right, saying positive things.
Yeah, talking about better oral health, fresh breath, fewer dentist trips, that kind of thing. Of course, these are testimonials provided by the company, so keep that context in mind.
Good point. Anything else? Bonuses?
Yeah, the text mentioned bonus guides like bad breath gone, 1D detox, and Hollywood white teeth at home if you buy the larger packages, like the 6-bottle option.
Okay. Little extras. And what about safety and quality? Did the sources touch on that?
The FAQ section in the text stated it's doctor-formulated and made in an FDA-approved facility under sterile conditions. So they're pointing to certain standards. Okay. But, and this is important, the FAQ also strongly advises talking to your doctor before starting it if you have any existing medical conditions or if you're taking other medications.
Standard disclaimer, but a really important one.
Crucial. And they also repeat that while it's designed for, most adults, it might not work for absolutely everyone. Results vary.
Very responsible advice. Always best to check with a healthcare professional, especially with pre-existing conditions or meds.
Always. It's just about being smart and informed about your health choices.
Right. So let's try and wrap this up. As we finish this deep dive, what are the main takeaways about Prodentim based on what we've seen?
Okay, I think the key thing is Prodentim represents a different angle on oral health. It's all about boosting the good bacteria in your mouth, not just killing the bad.
Repopulating the microbiome.
Exactly. Using a chewable tablet with specific probiotic strains and some other natural ingredients. The goal being healthier gums, teeth, fresher breath, maybe other benefits too. It's definitely a move away from that traditional scorched earth approach to mouth bacteria.
Yeah, it really is a pivot, isn't it? Thinking about balance, nurturing the good stuff, rather than just eradication.
It connects right back to where we started, this whole idea that the ecosystem in our mouth is way more complex and important than maybe we used to think.
This has definitely given me a new way to think about it, and hopefully for you listening too. Considering this idea that maybe an imbalance of good bacteria is at the root of some dental problems, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? How might knowing this change how you approach your daily routine? Or even just how you think about overall wellness? Maybe it's not just about brushing and flossing anymore. Perhaps thinking about the oral microbiome itself is the next step.
It's definitely food for thought. And hey, if you're really curious, the text presentation did list scientific references. That could be a place to start digging deeper into the whole science of oral probiotics.
A fascinating area to explore further.
You brush your teeth, floss, visit the dentist. But somehow, your oral health just doesn't seem to improve? Maybe the problem isn't your routine, but the lack of good bacteria in your mouth. The truth is, many traditional mouthwashes and toothpaste kill not only the bad bacteria, but the good ones too. This can lead to bad breath, gum issues, sensitivity, and even weaker teeth over time. Prodentim is a completely different approach. It's a unique formula with 3.5 billion probiotics and nutrients designed to repopulate the good bacteria and naturally restore the health of your teeth, gums, and mouth. With a refreshing natural strawberry flavor, it's easy to use, non-habit forming, and backed by real results. Fresher breath, stronger teeth, and healthier gums. And best of all, it comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. If it doesn't work for you, you get your money back. No questions asked. Prodentim. Because real oral health starts from the inside out. Click the link below to order safely from the official website, 60-day guarantee included. Or scan the QR code on screen to get started.